The arena was already alive long before the first punch was thrown, buzzing with anticipation, charged with a kind of electricity that only a high-stakes fight can generate. This wasn't just another night of boxing. It was a collision of pride, legacy, and unfinished business. Two elite fighters, each carrying their own story, their own hunger, and their own reasons to prove something to the world, were about to step into the ring. And when they did, nothing would be left behind. The lights dimmed slightly and the focus narrowed toward the entrance ramp. The atmosphere shifted. First came Caleb Plant, composed, sharp, and carrying the quiet confidence of a man who had already tasted championship glory. Draped in brown trunks with multicolored trim, he walked with purpose, each step measured, each breath controlled. Fighting. Out of Las Vegas by way of Nashville, he wasn't just representing himself. He was carrying years of discipline, setbacks, and redemption. A former IBF super middleweight champion, Plant had been here before. He knew what it meant to fight under pressure, to be tested, to stand across from danger and not flinch. But if Plant was calm, his opponent was something else entirely. When David Benavidez made his entrance, the energy surged. There was no mistaking the aura surrounding him. Undefeated, relentless. Known as the Mexican Monster, he wasn't just stepping into the ring, he was bringing a storm with him. A two-time WBC world title holder and the current interim champion, Benavidez carried an edge that couldn't be taught. It was something deeper, something instinctive. He didn't just fight to win, he fought to overwhelm, to dominate, to break his opponents mentally as much as physically. The introductions concluded, the referee stepped in, and the final instructions were given. Protect yourself at all times, follow my commands. Good luck. The words were standard, almost routine, but what followed would be anything but. From the opening bell, the tension snapped into motion. Both fighters came out sharp, probing, calculating. Plant moved with precision, his footwork clean, his jab snapping out like a warning. He was disciplined, sticking to his game plan, trying to control the distance and disrupt Benavidez's rhythm. For a moment, it worked. The crowd could feel it. Plant wasn't here to survive. He was here to compete. But Benavidez doesn't take long to settle. It started subtly. A slight increase in pressure, a step forward that cut off space, a combination that landed just a little heavier than the last. And then another, and another. The rhythm shifted. The pace changed. What began as a tactical exchange slowly turned into something more intense, more dangerous. Heat. Heat. The voices from the corners echoed between rounds, between exchanges, a constant reminder of the urgency building inside the ring. Benavidez began to press harder, his punches coming in waves. He wasn't just throwing, he was targeting, breaking down the body, forcing Plant to react, to adjust, to survive moments that were growing increasingly uncomfortable. Plant fought back. He wasn't folding. He landed clean shots, sharp counters, that reminded everyone why he had once been champion. There were flashes, moments where his skills shined through, where his timing disrupted Benavidez's momentum. But for every moment of success, there was an answer waiting. Benavidez kept coming. By the middle rounds, the tone of the fight had fully transformed. What was once a technical chess match had become a war of endurance. Sweat flew under the lights. The sound of gloves connecting echoed with brutal clarity. The crowd, once buzzing, was now roaring, reacting to every exchange, every surge, every sign that one fighter might be gaining the upper hand. Body shot! Keep working! The instructions from Benavidez's corner were simple, but effective, and he followed them relentlessly. He dug into the body again and again, forcing Plant to absorb punishment that doesn't always show immediately, but takes its toll over time. You could see it. The slight hesitation, the extra step back, the effort it took to maintain the same level of movement. Still, Plant refused to go quietly. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. There was frustration in the air now, urgency mixed with determination. Plant knew what was happening. He could feel the fight slipping into a space where Benavidez thrived. But he kept pushing, kept firing back, refusing to let the moment define him. As the later rounds approached, the difference in pressure became undeniable. Benavidez's output remained relentless. His combinations were longer, heavier, more frequent. He wasn't just winning exchanges, he was dictating them. Every time Plant tried to reset, Benavidez was already there, already pressing, already forcing another battle. Watch out! Watch out! The warnings rang out as the exchanges grew more intense, more chaotic. There were moments where the fight felt like it could explode into something even more dramatic, a knockdown, a sudden shift, but both fighters held their ground. They endured, they adapted, they kept going. Round after round, the story stayed the same. Plant showed heart, skill, and resilience. Benavidez showed pressure, power, and an almost unbreakable will to dominate. It wasn't a one-sided fight, but it was clear who was imposing their identity more consistently. By the final bell, both men had given everything. There was no doubt about that. The crowd rose, acknowledging the effort, the violence, the drama they had just witnessed. This wasn't just a fight, it was a test of character. Then came the moment of truth. The judges' scorecards were read aloud, each number carrying weight, each pause stretching the tension just a little further. To 112 on 117 to 111, all in favor of the same man, David Benavidez, still undefeated. Still the interim WBC super middleweight champion. Still the force that continues to shake the division. As the announcement echoed through the arena, Benavidez stood tall, absorbing the moment, while Plant stood nearby, the reality settling in. There are no easy losses at this level, only lessons, only moments that shape what comes next. But this night belonged to Benavidez. He didn't just win, he proved something. He proved that his pressure is real, that his power translates, that his reputation isn't built on hype, but on performance. Against a skilled, experienced opponent, he didn't fade. He didn't hesitate. He rose. And for Plant, despite the loss, there was no shame. He stood in the fire and fought. He showed why he belongs at the elite level, why he's still a dangerous name in the division. But on this night, he ran into something relentless, something inevitable, something that doesn't stop coming forward. The Mexican monster. And now, the questions begin. What's next for Benavidez? Who can stand up to that kind of pressure, that kind of pace? Is there anyone in the division ready to test him at this level or beyond it? And for Plant, where does he go from here? Does this loss fuel a comeback story? Or does it mark the beginning of a different chapter? Let me know what you think. Did the judges get it right? Could Plant have done more to change the outcome? And who should Benavidez face next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy deep, dramatic breakdowns like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned, because the story of this division is far from over.